Hey, who did SBF'd today? Looks like SBF was funding Block and its CEO. And I also read where he got a penthouse or something like that. Look, this is not shocking at all. And I hope it's not to you guys and gals. The tentacles run deep. And I don't know if we'll ever know truly how far they go, other than following the trails of bankruptcies this dude leaves behind. But you're going to see more of this stuff. And it's going to lead into something else before we jump in the markets. People always talk about decentralization and stuff like that in crypto and all this other stuff. I'm just curious, if you took away AWS, how many cryptos would actually be left? I think if anything, we need to decentralize Amazon, right? But, by the way, pick it up. It's a great, cheap bourbon. And fantastic for the money. But yeah, I don't know, man. By the time this stuff gets out, it's gonna rock the industry. I think more than Mt. Gox. The more I think about it, even the OGs will be flabbergasted when this thing's done. Most will just get disgusted and walk away. And it's all a cause and effect. When you print that much money and you have an industry that is so hot or whatever, and VCs and all these people are just dumping cash. Nerds and leverage, man, it's dangerous. All right, let's jump in the charts. Oh, before I forget, USDC is highlighted this week with Coinbase dropping conversion fees from USDT to USDC. This goes back into earlier video where I discussed Coinbase will be the epicenter for the SEC, hedge funds, investments, pension funds, stuff like that. They can't move forward with USDT in the backdrop. So even if USDT has faked it till they're actually solvent now, it won't matter. The USDC, the government has give its blessing, and USDT will eventually be outlawed or banned in the United States. No exchange will touch it. You won't be able to convert it. This is my speculation. This is not financial advice. Do your own research. This is just my speculation on what's going to happen. But I think that's the end game. The regulators will regulate it out of the U.S. market. And then you'll have USDC and probably their central bank digital currency. Those will be the two options you have, and both will be traceable. And I do think Coinbase is going to go lower. I mean, we all looked at the charts. It'll either get picked off by an investment firm, a bank, somebody like that will pick it up. Just too much money. And you got to understand the system, right? So if we go into a period where they pull the money, the Fed starts pulling that money, liquidity out of the system, these pension funds have an obligation of like 6% returns, 9% returns, or whatever, right? They need it. And the only place, and I predict this will be a thing going later on, I don't know, maybe 5 years from now, 10 years from now, you will see pension funds hold layer 1 POSs and stake them, and their staking rewards will help with their pension returns. I'm just telling you. Now, the space has got to get cleaned up, right? There only may be 5 layer 1s left, but by the time everything's said and done. But the rewards will be plentiful. My speculations. I just don't see any other investment vehicle on planet Earth that's going to give the returns how the pensions are obligated already. All right, let's jump to the charts. All right, the SPY, the SPX, like we talked about yesterday, come up here, retested that wedge, got rejected, so formed a little bear flag. So the next stop should be around 37, what was that, 37.98. That should be its next stop before getting some kind of bearish consolidation, and then coming down here, bearish consolidation, drop right here, and we'll see if we got a bottom or not right here. If not, right down here, and we should form some kind of bottom here. This is kind of what GBTC is doing too. If you look at GBTC, it's kind of doing the same thing. It's probably ahead of the SPY right here. So this is a tough one. It all depends on the solvency, right? If GBTC is solvent, and at some point this becomes a value proposition for large institutional investors, but they've got to prove that they've got 1-to-1. If they don't, who knows? It could get very ugly. If we break below this, I would probably set an alert for right here. Yeah, I would definitely set an alert for right here. Let's just look at something here. Wait a minute. So hopefully this is not what I think it is. Hopefully not. Hopefully we get a spike higher here, because if not, that ain't good. That ain't good at all. Yeah, definitely set an alert. If this thing breaks below its current level, if this thing breaks below $8, set your alarm. Yep. That's scary stuff. NASDAQ. Actually, the NASDAQ looks like the BNB chart and the Matic chart a little bit. And even ETH to a certain degree. Dow Jones. Dow's got, it can come down here and retest this line here, this past resistance. If it gets support here, that's pretty strong. If we break it and then retest up, that's bad news. If you're interested in this stuff, I would probably set an alert for like 32.6 or whatever. Yeah. VIX is breaking out, forming a little bull flag here. Looks maybe, yeah, Kind of looks like it. It may come back down, but I don't think so. Let's look here. Let's be conservative here. Yeah, no, that would make sense. Yeah, let's see if it plays out. DXY. Loading up. Hit. Let's see if this plays out. Yeah, let's see if this plays out. All right, Coinbase. We're at $44. She's breaking down. Let's see if she hits her target of $5. 505, 504. At that level, that's where I look to hear somebody like Fidelity, JP Morgan, Bank of America, somebody trying to jump in and get a value steal. Because I do think in that area, the amount of trust they have in the market from the big boys is worth it. I think somebody will snag them if they want to sell. Let's go here. Yeah, so meta gap field. That's what I'm looking at. I think we still go lower. I'm actually bullish long term on meta. And I think around 24, 25 bucks, it's a steal, in my humble opinion. Look at that. We even got a gap right there. Didn't even look. Look at that. Didn't even look. Makes perfect sense. Yeah, I think at 26 bucks, I think that's a pretty good bargain. Here's the way I look at it, right? So I have a kid. My kid doesn't like Xbox, doesn't like PS5 or any of that stuff. He's always on the Oculus. Always. All the kids his age, that's what they talk about. So when I invest, right, I don't invest in stuff. If I'm holding long term, I don't invest in stuff that I use, right? I invest in stuff my kid uses. And so the Quest, all the stuff they got going on, I think long term, Zuck is on to something. What we got? Amazon, get wrecked.
To get riggedy wrecked, son!
Get wrecked. Google. Ooh.
Stop it. Get some help.
Get some help. Let's see how John Deere, when we looked at it. Ooh, distribution.
Hello,
Yes,
how are
caller.
you? I am under the
doing good.
water. Please
man, I'm
help
sorry.
me. Here too much raining.
No. Ooh. What about Apple? Oh. Ooh.
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
Oh, yeah. Gosh, man. Pass. US oil. Ooh. US oil's hitting the target, by the way. It's coming down here. $50 a barrel. No, what? $60? $60 a barrel. Good times. Bye, Tahoe. Gold. Be careful. Be careful. I actually saw some gold commercials today on TV. It's like 4 or 5 of them back to back to back to back. That's like a huge red flag, right? Why would a company want to sell an asset that they think is going to protect themselves against the dollar demise? So they're willing to sell you an asset that they think will ultimately protect and preserve your wealth against the dollar for dollars. Oh gosh, you can't make this stuff up. So, yes, I would say gold is coming down on the daily. She's smacking up. I do believe she's going to come back down for a little bit. Maybe come down here, test that. Maybe make like a little head and shoulders. Oh, sorry. Like that. And then come back up. Let's just see. Let's just see here. Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, makes sense. Let's see if this plays out. Get wrecked, son.
Bruh.
Bruh. Silver. Same thing on silver. She's running. See where she goes. All right, let's look at them Bitcoins. Still in play. Not changing anything there. ETH. Oh, you're getting close. You're getting close. Yay!
The Macho Man's gonna eat your ass!
AVAX. Playing out like a champ, man. Telling you, 474, $5. Gosh, man, this thing's just a beast. GMX. Man. Good stuff. Really wish it would come back down in this area so I can load up. No lies. Home-matic. Come on, I got your dollar. I got your dollar. See you at 43 cents. Dot. Just like AVAX, man. The good thing about Dot, though, it's really not, I mean, $4, $3.91, something like that, $3.50. That's where I think you'll start seeing it. Go up. You'll probably get like a little pump or something like that. And it'll just kind of, and you're dead. All right, PDX. Yeah, sticking on my target. If you're a big PDX fan, 50, 60 cents. A zero. This is one of my little preseason picks. Broke down for this wedge, kind of like near. It's like floating here. You can't bust them up. You're gonna bust them down. 25 cents. Yeah, 25 cents is my call. Maybe 30 cents. Sorry, 30 cents. Near. It's trying. Took some Viagra, but it will get rejected. Ada. She wants to poop her pants. Ooh. Oh. That's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
I hate technology!
I hate technology too. Let's see here. Flow. Let your flow. Yeah. Target. What, 60 cents? 68 cents. Quant. Look at that. I drew that out before this even formed. I just now looked at this chart. Look at that. Target. $25, $24.50. Somewhere around there. Because look what it's forming. Little slanted head and shoulders. Look at that, man. Man, it's so nice to get creative. Like when you're looking at charts, right? Looking at all the alternatives. Sorry about that. Looking at all the alternative patterns that they can form. And then kind of figuring the probabilities of how it may break. I think it's really cool. Really cool. ICP. Target is still in play. $1.90. $1.89. What is this? Quick swap. $24. $22. $24. Somewhere around there. Ergo. This was a favorite of mine at one point. It hit its target. Gosh, man, that's so cool how stuff just plays out. B&B. She's going to poopy her pants. And I'm not sure this old girl has got a second pair of underwear before prom starts. Just be careful. I do think B&B is going to get tested. I do think KuCoin. Let's check on KuCoin. Like KCS. Ta-da. Look at that. Holy Nikes. Holy Nikes. Kinda, you could play it like that. But you gotta think now, right? Once it breaks this is the first time I've looked at this. Holy shit. It's going to come down here and test these. $2, $1.90. Where's it at right now? $6.60? I'm telling you. Look at that. Good stuff. I think this is ultimately what a lot of cryptos will do, including Bitcoin, is they're going to come down and test this prior low. Now, a lot of, if you want more stress and less success and buy some tapes and CDs, go see another guy and his hot glow worm indicator. But I think we're going to test these lows as support. I really do. Long term, it's bullish. Short term, painful. I think this is exactly what we see. Yep. I think this is how eventually it plays out. Everybody will get uber bullish. Will raise up. Come back down and people will say it's over. It's over. Crypto's done. Forget about it. And it'll probably try sideways a little bit right here. And they'll be like, oh my gosh, Bitcoin's going to zero. That's a gigantic bear flag. And it's going to go to zero. It's over. It's over. Then I'm telling you, I think this is what we see. And everybody talks about I've heard multiple people saying, "Oh, we're going to come down. We're going to come to these levels." And then to the moon, 100,000, the mother of all short squeezes. It's going to be the most beautiful thing you've ever seen in your life. Blah, 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 right? That's good and all. It's great. I'm all for it. I want it to happen. But tell me how it's going to happen, right? Give me the parameters or your thesis on how it will happen. How will the public, how will the world's population ignite the fire? We can tell you how it's going down. We've got the thesis on why it's going down. And people are like, oh, well, the American people are sitting on $1.9 trillion, whatever. Bull. Right? If you go out and you've got family or friends or whatever, and you're talking to them and you listen to what's going on, man, a lot of them are having to make the decisions. I mean, paying the credit card bill once every other month to make their car payment, all this stuff. And I'm telling you, if worse comes to worse, they'll let the car go back. They'll let the credit card go. They'll go in this order. They'll let the credit card go. Well, first, they'll stop buying anything that's not necessary. That includes crypto, stocks, whatever, right? And then second, they'll quit paying their credit card bill. And then third, they'll let the car go back before they lose their home, because most Americans have financed their house at 2 to 3 to 4% interest. They can't afford to move anywhere else. If they have to move anywhere else to get the same equal payment that they have now, they'll have to go into a rental unit. So that's people's like worst case scenario right now. So just be mindful of that. When you guys are thinking like a 08 housing crash and stuff like that, and the market's going to go down on 50% or whatever, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. People will let their automotive go, their credit cards go, all house, whatever. Food, utilities, roof. Those are the threes. Right? You ain't going to do nothing until you got those three covered. So just keep that in mind when people start screaming, oh, we're going to come down, we're going to hit those lows, and how? The government just printed however many trillions of dollars. I don't think we'll ever know the exact amount. They're raising interest rates and sucking that liquidity up to get rid of that cash out of the market. And you're telling us that we're going to see the most explosive market mankind has ever seen. So you're telling me, and within 12 months, the Fed will eliminate every rate hike they've had. We're going to send out another $10 trillion in stimulus to pump your bags. I don't see how. The Fed's job is to stop another Great Depression from happening. If they let the market pump to a new all-time high, we will have a Great Depression. There is no doubt. The Fed will have lost credibility. The consumer will act erratically and trying to get a scratch off. Yes, things will go up. But the bill due after that, these people don't have a clue of what it's going to look like. I mean, I went through 08. I was a teenager in the dot-com bubble. You don't have a clue. And people talk about 08 like, oh, blah, 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 blah. If you did this, if you did that. I want to tell you what. when you went house shopping, I had people getting on their knees, crying, begging me to buy their house. That sucks. So people don't have a clue of how these young YouTubers and stuff like that, and all these financial advice, they don't have a clue of what it's really like, what a really tough period is. So the best course of action, in my humble opinion, would be to trade sideways. Go down in there, test that old low as support, trade sideways for 2 years or 3 years or whatever, and then ramp up from there. Now, I do think around this period right here, was it 2027 area? I think the Fed will have to do something. The Fed will have to do something. I think the next boom cycle is going to be, everybody's seen the news about, the deglobalization and all this stuff, and China and all this stuff moving away from chip manufacturers, or the United States moving away from China for chips, and Taiwan and all this stuff. This is going to lead to one of the biggest overspends in the world history. I think the United States will rebuild its infrastructure and will have probably one of the nicest infrastructures in the world for production, internet, clean energy, all this stuff. I think we will overspend so much that when the high comes off, we're not going to have enough companies to fill everything we built. And we're not going to be able to justify, kind of like what China's doing right now, right? China, they don't even have enough cash flow or whatever from the rail system, high-speed rail system, to keep it going. So I think the United States is going to experience probably one of its last big boom cycles from probably 27 to probably 2030. I think 2030 the piper will come, the bill will come due, and we'll have a depression here in the United States. But enough rambling. Thank you guys for watching, and gals for watching. If you don't mind, please hit the like button, hit subscribe. I do this stuff for free. I'll never shill anything to you. I'll try my very dead level best never to give you bad advice. I don't want your money or nothing like that. If I get monetized, good. If not, oh well. But all I need is a like and a subscribe. But anywho, everyone